Hello and welcome back to another video of Revision Hub with Jazzy Jane. I'll be continuing to look at education, which is an AQA Sociology topic. Last video we looked at ethnicity. So before we begin, quickly on paper flashcards, jot down what you remember from our last video or all the videos so far which you have seen. You will only know this if you've revised, rested, tested and repeated yourself thoroughly. So, today we're looking at class. Is it caused by external factors is equal to underperformance? Okay, so number one external factor would be material deprivation. So, do you remember the material deprivation? Pause. I've done this in my previous videos, so pause, have a right. Okay, so material deprivation, you talk about things like poor diet, poor housing, inadequate resources. See my previous videos because there's more on this. Cultural deprivation, again, we looked at in my previous video. It's all about language, short stop, compensatory educational policies. There are a few things that you can include within this as well. Cultural capital, where they play the system. Does that ring a bell? I hope you remember this. We looked at this at the beginning when we looked at the perspectives, how the middle class parents are able to play the system by moving catchment area. Pause and have a think. What sociologists actually say this? Okay, so the sociologists that say this will be Pierre Bourdieu, Gerwin's study, which support it, and Stephen Bohr as well. So these things always can see linked together and come together within other topics as well. So if you understand that the main on material deprivation, you can easily link it to class and write a brilliant essay on class external factors causing underperformance. However, some may argue that the internal factors, like labelling, we looked at that again in my previous videos, labelling by class. There are lots of sociologists there, so please feel free to go back to my previous video. Setting, streaming, differentiation, and this I'll look at all of these things right away. Okay, so setting, streaming is where students are put into sets, high sets and low sets, and this differentiation is all about whether they are smart or whether they are dumb. Okay, so there's polarization. So middle class people are put into high sets, and as a result, they develop a pro school subculture. However, the working class are put into lower sets, given lower tier papers. As a result, they develop a anti-school subculture. As a result, this causes them to underperform. Peter Woods looks at these various things. Number one, irrigation, being the teacher's pet. Ritualism, which is following all the rules. R, again, for rebellion. So when they break the rules, and another R, which retroism, which is all about daydreaming. So it shows that after they form subcultures, pro or anti, these are the four things that they can do. So you need to link Peter Woods in order to support the polarization of subcultures. Moore argues that setting and streaming does not exist in primary school, but it begins to exist in secondary school. And when students see this, they really get affected by it. As a result, they join pro and anti-school subcultures. So as a result, they are polarized by class, setted by class, streamed by class, and differentiated by class. So the class is very important because it determines all of these things, and all of these things causes students to underperform. Today, again, we're going to look at globalization in education. So, okay, first, what do you think the definition of globalization is? We looked at in the family and household topics, so pause, have a right of it. Okay, so globalization is simply interconnectivity, where barriers begin to disappear and we are no longer different societies, we're all part of one big society. So first it's international GCSEs and A levels, and due to globalization, it's all IGCSE IA levels, so we're all able to do this sort of system, which is all equal and meritocratic. And the IGCSE and A level, some schools here do it too. So this has also international league tables where things fall onto it. So globalization allows creativity in the way people learn, so they can find new ways to learn. However, it's criticized because by Usher et al., who argues that sometimes people need to be told what is the right way and what is the wrong way to actually study. External factors are another common thing that needs to be considered here. The ethnocentric curriculum, which we did look at in my previous videos. We can see where money is spent. So where is it spent? Because the government usually spends more and achieves less. So with this process, we can see where the government spends the money and whether it's successful or not. Okay, so we looked at the ethnocentric curriculum and we looked at external factors in my previous video. So please go back and have a look at them too. So what we've learned, hopefully we've learned about a bit of class and globalization. This is just the basics of globalization. I'll be going into more depth in my next video, so that was just a little taster. So in my next video, I'll be looking at policies as well, globalization, a bit of everything. So stay tuned for that. Until then, revise, rest, test, and repeat yourself the content in this videos and all the previous videos. And do not forget to love Canva. Made these slides because they were templates from Canva. So please don't forget to love Canva. Like, and please press the subscribe channel below. And do not forget to comment, positive or negative, I don't mind. If you give me a negative, it will be very nice as well, to just see how I can improve myself. Positives will be nice too. And do not forget to press the bell icon to never miss my latest video. Thank you so much for your time.